I have the privilege to open this get-together in honor of Christopher Pollitt and everything he has done for the Finnish governance system over the years and its development, both at the level of academic research as well as more practically related development work of our public governance. This is, of course, a very sad occasion, but we have to be happy here because we have had in Finland the privilege of having had a very high-level critical friend as to our continuous development work, who has so intensively followed the Finnish story. Christopher Pollitt was an exceptional professional in that he was able to connect a deep and wide academic expertise to the concrete and practical recommendations to the Finnish government. One of my earliest memories of these characteristics of Christopher is an occasion where there was a workshop or seminar where most of the audience consisted of academics. There was a fair amount of discussion about why academic research is often underused or neglected by the actual political decision-making. Someone asked Christopher what a researcher could do in order to make his or her contribution more useful. And Christopher's answer was, as typically sharp message of which he was famous: follow your time. Try to understand what is happening in the society and select your research topics so that they correspond to the needs of politics now and in the future. In other words, be ahead of your time. Another characteristic of Christopher Pollitt was a broad scope of interest in various developments in the society, but also on the human front. One of my latest discussions with him was an in-depth analysis of Pride procession in Brighton and its meaning. I suppose Christopher Pollitt was always after meaning of things. But his strong curiosity on a wide variety of things also covered very practical issues. For instance, one could discuss with him in length the pros and cons of different potato species. He was very interested in gardening, growing new things. Christopher also had a fantastic sense of humor, the type of dry British humor. There are so many examples of this that we would be here even tomorrow morning if one even quoted 10% of all kinds of immemorable sayings by him. But this brings me to my last comment on Christopher, and this is personal. I think that in personal life, it is often, if not always, the case that the most important connecting point between individuals is the way they share a sense of humor. What can we laugh about together? In this aspect, I'm very happy, so happy, that I, together with my husband, became close family friends with Christopher and his wife Hilkka, whom I had known as a close colleague even before I ever met Christopher. I'm grateful of all the great, rewarding and also cheerful occasions that I had and I have had with Christopher, both professionally and personally. Thank you, Hilkka, for having loved Christopher and brought him closer to us all. And thank you, Christopher, for all the good times.